What's up, guys? Today is finally the day, episode number 3 of the redemption arc on Larry. And by the end, we're going to be properly roadworthy. We're going to be out cruising around in old Larry Bear like the good old days. So if you're new here, this is my 97 F-150, aka Larry the Lariat. And I've had this truck for like 7-8 years now. And for the first couple of years, I drove it everywhere. Absolutely loved it. Kind of a staple of the beginning of this channel. And then I got lost in the sauce. I put a huge lift kit on it and gigantically wide wheels and tires, and I quit driving it. Also the adapters. When we tore the whole front end apart to coat the frame and then put our new smaller lift kit on, I noticed several things that need to be replaced, which is all of this stuff right here. Now, unfortunately, this video does require me tearing the front end completely apart for the 3rd time in 2 weeks. So not really looking forward to that. I'm just ready to go cruising. So let's just go ahead and get started. So here's our old lower control arm. The ball joint itself does not feel bad, but the boot is torn and I don't know how long it's been like that. So I noticed it and decided, you know what, let's just go ahead and replace everything that looks remotely bad before getting the alignment, because I hate paying for alignments. They're freaking expensive, and I would prefer to not have to go 6 months from now and go get another one after we have to replace another lower control arm. So out with the old, in with the new. I'll have a link to all these parts in the description. I went with Moog for the lowers because some of the lower control arms don't come like the stock ones with studs coming out. They'll come where you have to use a bolt. And that is not fun when you have coil springs. You can't get in there to them. A couple things worth mentioning. One, if you have a 2-wheel drive truck that has springs up front, be careful, dude. When you're compressing this up to get it reattached, if something slips or something, this could come flying out, hit your truck beside you, whatever the case. Would be a very bad thing. So always be very careful with that. Number 2, I did have to file down the very edge of this lower control arm because it was hitting our spindle. Trying to get them relatively even on both ends. And we'll twist it together. Bring them in. This does not have a grease fitting in it yet, so we do have to add that. Hopefully it came with the kit. I'm sure it did. That looks pretty close. 5/16. Pop this little lock free. Put our little block right up there. Snatch this bad boy out. Got everything knocked out over here on the passenger side. Got cotter pins in, got grease in everything that is serviceable. And now it's time to go ahead and throw our shocks in. Went with the Rough Country N3s for the front. I think we have the N2s on the original spindle lift. Go ahead, cut this, let it extend, take that cap off. This lower mount, you need to rotate. Okay, and then she goes. Might have a little fun getting it to align up top. So we're gonna push it up in there, and then we're gonna drop it. And with this hand up top, I'm gonna slide it over. And line it up. Get these started. This concrete's so freaking cold. My hands are numb. Everything's cold. Larry's parts are cold, the floor's cold, I'm cold. So fun fact, I actually put the cushion and the metal piece on incorrectly. You want the rubber pieces touching your strut tower. That's what's gonna reduce any vibration and stuff. So I'm gonna pull that back out, put the metal on the bottom, rubber touching this guy, and then same way for the top. Now that I got that error fixed, you wanna put this cushion with a little ring facing down that goes into the tower. Put your metal plate on top, put your nut on top of that. And you do not have to go crazy. You just want that guy nice and snug. If you're squishing this flat, you're doing it wrong. Sorry, Larry. Let's go ahead and get these rear shocks off. It's going to be an 18 mil. Oh, that thing sounded sad. Now this top one's a 14 mil and it can definitely suck because there's not much room. Hopefully it won't start free spinning and it'll just back all the way out and drop to the ground. And you just slide her out. Now for our rear shocks, I honestly don't even remember what brand this is, but they had a bunch of good reviews on Amazon and they were black, so it'll be nice and discreet back here. Well, we gotta take this top portion off. Then we can send this guy on up and hopefully, actually, if we can just hold this, we can put this bolt in. If I can hurry the crap up. No. Oh, baby. Let's freaking go. That worked perfect. You don't have to go crazy. Just get it snugged up and it'll be happy like that. There we go. She's done. Let's go ahead and get our sway bar back up into place. And don't judge me for my holy shirt. It's been a freaking nightmare of a day, if I'm being completely honest. Working on a different truck. Should have just stuck with Lair Bear. But I thought I could get it done, but I couldn't. Because, per the usual, something goes wrong. But we're back on Larry. I think this is the way it goes. It's got to go over the tie rods, right? So that should be correct. Are they too long or not? These are shorter than I had in my mind, so they should work. Let's go ahead, get our new battery in, if I can manage. It is much larger than the one that we took out. Larry is gonna love this thing because I can't remember exactly why, but that battery that we got, that we just replaced, was only a 590 cold cranking amp. This is a 850 cold cranking amp, $200 battery from O'Reilly's, but it should be well worth it. Old Lair Bear should be starting like it ain't never started before. Come on, bro. Always making a freaking mess. Guess that's what you get though when your truck might have spent some of its life just daubing through mud holes, which Lair Bear did. And I need to go get my keys just in case it freaks out and starts throwing the alarm like crazy. So I'll be right back. Secured in place, everything out of the way. We gotta crank this thing up, get our steering wheel straight, and then I gotta adjust our tie rods because currently the steering wheel is halfway turned incorrectly and the wheels and tires are going straight. So yeah, not ideal, but let's go ahead and test the battery out, see how she likes it. Just got done adjusting the tie rods, but now to the next problem. We have positive camber on the driver's side and negative camber on the passenger, and they're both adjusted all the way out, which this makes sense. We should have positive camber, but this doesn't make sense. So I'm hoping it's just because I haven't moved the truck. It hasn't had the weight settle down on it. And so we're gonna back it out, drive it around the yard, pull it back in, and hopefully that guy is gonna be sticking out with some positive camber so that we can actually pull it back in, because if it's stuck full adjustment and we still got negative camber, I don't freaking know. We got problems. Something's jacked up. Jason, the old fellow 10th gen owner, and I can't lie, Larry's driving pretty freaking good. No alignment on the boggers. It's pretty smooth, but we're about to get a little clap wagon action right here, rolling through town. Hopefully we can make this turn, not get taken out by this 18-wheeler, because you know, we got a little clearance in issues. These are tall tires, and they're poked out farther than what stock wheels would be. Oh, this old town ain't hurt Larry in a minute. We're gonna go ahead and top you off, Larry. Gas 275. Holy crap, the wind is insane. Get a little step back shot. Old Larry Bear ain't been out and about in so long. It feels so good. Our alignment is looking nice. Looks pretty much perfect this side. Pretty much perfect this side as well. I'm tickled with that. Well, now that I sit out beside Larry, we might have went too high with the front end. Holy crap. Might go up in the rear, down in the front. We're not gonna adjust anything until we get the dedicated wheels and tires on here and see how she fits and looks. So drop your comment. What wheels and tires do we need to get for this thing? Go back with OG bullet holes, some graps, do stocks and some kind of 35s. I'm up for pretty much anything. I want it to be unique and fit Larry's character, and obviously get off of the adapters. That's the whole point. We want 5-lug Ford wheels, so the limits are, we're limited with our selection. Unfortunately, let me get out of the world's crunchiest leaves. Not a ton of options. There's a couple reps, but they're pretty, not very exciting. So I don't know. What's up, guys? I ain't petted a duck today. Can we change that? Larry, I don't know why you're revving. Come here. Let me pet a duck today. Nah, not happening. Larry, why you revving? Hey, this ain't nothing new. Larry does this sometimes. I don't know why. Well, it's probably something simple, but it's also probably something catastrophic. Got a nice little sunset to end off the video for y'all, but we did successfully make it back to the farm. Maiden voyage to town and back was a success. No crazy noises, no weird driving. Honestly, like I said, it drove way better than I was expecting it to. Not having an alignment on the boggers, and I literally dialed everything in just by looking at it and changing it a couple times, and so I am stoked with that. Y'all let me know, did we go too high in the front? Should we bring the back up? Leave the front the same? Leave it how it is? I don't freaking know. We're gonna wait until we get the dedicated setup on there, which you need to be dropping comments right now because that is going to be the next video. I am saying goodbye to the adapters and the buggers, which is a little bit sad, but yeah, new setup. Y'all let me know. There's not a ton of different choices, but I want it to be like tried and true Larry and a setup that I want to keep on here for a long time. So yeah, drop a comment, maybe get a little creative with it, something that's not typically ran or is unique or is old school or hasn't been done. I don't freaking know. Either way, I'm excited for it. And then once we do that, we'll make sure our suspension is set how we like and get an alignment, and then I'm gonna be driving this thing, cruising in it, and we'll just continue on things that we should have done years ago to this thing, but we didn't. We held on until now, and it's gonna be worth the wait because we can do it bigger and better now, and I'm just stoked for it. So I'm pretty pleased with the outcome going from the FabTech, which I just never really liked being able to see the cross member. Honestly, it's not sitting nearly as big as that, but it is sitting big for just a spindle. Obviously, you don't see the front cross member, which I absolutely love. It's kind of personal taste. Some people like seeing that big cross member and the suspension and everything, and trucks sitting like above it. A lot of other people like to see nothing, just huge ground clearance is why a lot of people love these spindle lifts, which, as you see, let's take a step back, it's just freaking ground clearance for days on that thing. So yeah, y'all let me know, do you like it better lifted or now lifted on the spindle drop bracket or spindle? Let me know. But anyways, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's definitely sitting good. All the shocks are performing well. She's not bouncing like crazy. It's got a smooth ride. Just a little bit of steering wiggle, which is going to be, no alignment on boggers, kind of going to be the case, as well as we don't have a steering stabilizer on this truck. And if you've ever driven a 10th gen, and especially a two-wheel drive, I've actually never driven a four-wheel drive one, maybe they're different, but two-wheel drive, 10th gen, you hit a bump steer is out of freaking control, always has been, always will. Maybe not. Actually, I don't know why I said that, because we're going to try to fix that in upcoming videos. So anyways, I'm going to quit rambling. It's about freaking dark already. Y'all drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Let me know. Y'all want to see more Larry content? What wheels and tires need to be next? See y'all in the next one.